Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. Please check out my social media. I am excited to share this card because it's a Nancy card. Sometimes I case, but this one is actually mine. I'm using the Poppin By bundle, which will go live May 6th. It's one of the online exclusives. It is the stamp set and dies. So let me show you how to make this fun card. I love that you can pop up some popcorn. It has fun popcorn in the background, and no one's better than you. I mean, is that cute or what? So let me show you how we make this. I'm using the beautiful bokeh paper, and this is in daffodil. So it already gives you this really neat background. That's 4 by 5 1/4, inside white, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm using real red, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my piece of Designer Series paper, which is right here someplace. Well, if not, I know where more is. It's probably on the floor. You know how that goes. And I'm going to stamp a few of these very cute popcorn images in Daffodil Delight. This is Daffodil Delight. I tried all different yellows, and I decided I really like the Daffodil Delight the best. Remember, you can go artfully off the edge. Now, before I get too far, I want to get a sense where I'm going to put my popcorn image. So this is going to be kind of down here. So I want to just get a sense that my lower right corner, I won't put anything in. You could stamp off. You can do really anything you want, just to kind of make your paper fun. All right. So I've got that all stamped. I'm going to close my stamp pad. Oh, I knew I had that paper. Well, you know how that goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my big shot because I do want to show you this part. So I'm going to line up my big shot. But let me kind of move it over a little bit. All right. So I have my first number 1. Then I have number 2. And then I have 2 of my cutting plates. So you can put a teeny tiny bit of adhesive on the back if you want. And you're going to line this up. Do you have to stamp it? No, the first time I actually didn't. I actually cut it out first. And if you, when you come to my class, it'll be cut out already. So I'm trying to get this so you can see it. And I'm going to set that right there. And I'm going to cut it out of the red and out of the DSP at the same time. And I'm going to, got it so close to there. I'll see if I can run it through on camera. That's always the hardest part. All right, I'm going to move that off. And it worked. I love when that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to the card front. Making sure I line that up so it fits in there. That's the first part. Isn't that cute? And it's so easy. Now you will have a red popcorn. You can do something with that later if you choose. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece, and I kind of started on this side already. This white piece is a 1/2 inch. It's just a strip. And the red is 3/4 inch. And I'm gonna stamp Poppin' In to say hello, but I really don't want to say hello on this card. Because if people want to, they can put happy birthday or whatever they choose. So and I made that downhill, didn't I? Let's do it again. That's better. And I'll have strips out there if you come to a class of mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this out at a straight edge and glue this on. And I left a little edge of red showing, just kind of makes it, pops up on the yellow there. Then instead of leaving the hello, I'm just going to cut at an angle and cut that right off. So that is an easy way to make the saying that you want, which is popping up to say hello. And I'm going to add that right up here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 dies and I'm going to show you how to make those popcorn. So you're going to put this through your machine using the same plates, and this little one goes because it adds that little detail to your popcorn. So you run these 2 at the same time and it brings up little pieces of popcorn. So I have the one that I cut off, and I have 2 other ones. Our eyes do tend to like groups of 3. That's why I tend to like to do that. Now this one already has some dimension, but these 2 don't. So I saw a demonstrator to add butter to your popcorn. You take your Stampin' Right marker and you gently, don't do too hard because you'll ruin your tip, but just gently, just get some of that. You notice I'm kind of just taking it on the tip there, and it's just bringing a little bit of ink. It's not going to be exact. It's not an exact science. It's just adding a little detail to your little popcorn. Okay, now I'm going to put this on the inside where I think it should go. I'm not stamping it yet. And I'm going to add, oops, I forgot to put the word pop on here. You could add more pop all over you wanted. I just put 1, but you could do more. You could put it on those if you wanted, whatever. I'm just adding 1. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive in the back. I'm going to lay that right in there so it'll fit exactly how I cut it off. There we go. And I then will put, because I think this is just the cutest little thing, I'm going to put, there's no one better than you. That's so cute. And then the last thing I'm going to do with my daffodil ink again is add a couple more pieces of popcorn down here to finish the card. It's a silly card. It could be for kids. It could be for anybody, which is what I like about it. Sometimes if you use a lot of flowery stuff, people think those are kind of feminine cards. I like to make some that can be used by anybody. Once again, I'm making sure that that's going to be, oops, here's another way to do this. And if you get a little of that, that's okay. I'm going to line this up so it's exactly the way I want it. And that is not correct because that's going to make it really crazy on the inside. Try her again. Let's see if it's totally crazy on the inside now. There we go. Now, if something happens like that, because I've done that before, I'm just going to lift this up, and that should just peel right up. There we go. There we go. It's a tiny bit crooked on that side. So what I would do, again, when you put the pop on there, maybe what I would do is stamp this first. Last time it worked perfectly. This time, of course, I'm on camera. It's not going to. Put these on first, then line up where you're going to put your pop. So I would put this all on, adhere it, and then line up your pop. Okay, we learn something every time, right? Now, I'm just going to pop up the extra popcorn, just because it's fun, and it just adds some interest to your card. I think that little popcorn cut out and the little popped up popcorn is just really cute. I think this set is so fun to use for all different things. And that is something I think is great. I like sets that you can use for lots of things, and I love popcorn, so there we go. Very cute card, not hard to make, and it's just fun set. I hope you have a great day.